Zen. The very word evokes a sense of peace, a quiet strength, a profound connection to something beyond the everyday. But what exactly is Zen? Where did it come from, and how can it enrich our lives today? Zen is a school of Mahayana Buddhism that originated in China, known there as Chan Buddhism. It made its way to Japan over 1,000 years ago, where it took root and flourished, profoundly influencing Japanese culture. Zen is not just a philosophy to be studied, it's a practice, a way of life. At its heart, Zen emphasizes direct experience over intellectual understanding. It invites us to see the world with fresh eyes, to let go of our preconceived notions, and to awaken to the present moment. This awakening, this direct experience of reality, is the essence of enlightenment. Zen teaches us that enlightenment is not something distant or unattainable. It's not reserved for monks in monasteries. It's available to us here and now, in the midst of our everyday lives. All we need to do is open ourselves to it. The story of Zen begins with Siddhartha Gautama, the historical Buddha, who lived in India over 2,500 years ago. Buddha taught a path to liberation from suffering through understanding the true nature of reality. His teachings spread throughout Asia, evolving into various schools and traditions. One of these traditions, known as Chan Buddhism, emerged in China around the 6th century CE. Legend credits its transmission to Bodhidharma, an Indian monk who traveled east to spread the Buddha's teachings. Bodhidharma emphasized direct experience and meditation as the path to enlightenment, rejecting the emphasis on scriptures and rituals prevalent in other Buddhist schools. Chan Buddhism flourished in China, developing its unique character through the teachings of influential masters and the integration of Taoist philosophy. It was during this time that the practice of using paradoxical riddles, known as koans, emerged as a key element of Zen training. Zen crossed over to Japan around the 12th century, where it was embraced by the samurai class and later by other segments of society. In Japan, Zen evolved into distinct schools, each with its unique approach to practice. Two of the most prominent schools are Rinzai and Soto. Rinzai, known for its emphasis on koan practice and sudden enlightenment, resonated with the samurai's warrior spirit. Soto, founded by Dogen Zenji, emphasizes seated meditation or zazen as the primary practice, cultivating a gradual awakening through mindful awareness. Despite their differences, both Rinzai and Soto share the core principles of Zen Buddhism. They both emphasize direct experience, the importance of mindfulness, and the interconnectedness of all things. They both offer paths to awakening, to experiencing the world with clarity and compassion. Zen is often described as a transmission beyond scriptures. This doesn't mean that Zen rejects Buddhist teachings. Instead, it emphasizes that true understanding cannot be grasped through words and concepts alone. Imagine trying to explain the taste of an apple to someone who has never tasted one. You could use words like sweet, tart, or juicy, but no amount of description could ever fully convey the experience of biting into a ripe apple. Zen points to a similar truth about enlightenment. It's not a concept to be grasped intellectually. It's a direct experience, an awakening to the true nature of reality. This reality is often described as emptiness or shunyata, but even these terms can be misleading if taken literally. To truly understand Zen, one must practice it. Through meditation, mindful living, and the guidance of a skilled teacher, we can gradually let go of our preconceptions and experience the world with fresh, unfiltered awareness. Section 5. Emptiness and interdependence, seeing reality clearly. The concept of emptiness is central to Zen Buddhism, but it's often misunderstood. Emptiness doesn't mean that nothing exists. Rather, it refers to the fact that all things lack a fixed, independent self or essence. Everything in the universe, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy, is in a constant state of flux and interdependence. Nothing exists in isolation. We are all connected, part of a vast web of interconnected relationships. This understanding of emptiness is not meant to be nihilistic. Instead, it's incredibly liberating. When we let go of the illusion of a separate self, we open ourselves to a deeper connection with the world around us. We realize that our happiness and well-being are inextricably linked to the well-being of others. Section 6, Zazen, the art of sitting still. Zazen, which translates to seated meditation, is the heart of Zen practice, particularly in the Soto school. It's a simple practice, but it's not easy. It involves sitting upright on a cushion, paying attention to the breath, and observing thoughts and sensations without judgment. The purpose of Zazen is not to empty the mind or achieve a state of blissful trance. It's about cultivating awareness, being present with what is, without getting carried away by our thoughts and emotions. In the stillness of Zazen, we begin to see the true nature of our minds. We notice how our thoughts arise and disappear like bubbles in a stream. We observe the constant chatter of the monkey mind, always grasping, always seeking. And in that observation, something profound begins to happen. We start to disidentify from our thoughts. We realize that we are not our thoughts, but the awareness that observes them. This realization is the beginning of true freedom. Koans are paradoxical riddles or stories used in Zen practice, particularly in the Rinzai school, to help students break free from logical thinking and awaken to a deeper understanding. Koans are designed to short-circuit the intellectual mind, forcing us to confront the limitations of our usual ways of thinking. One famous koan asks, "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" Another asks, "If you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him." These koans are not meant to be solved intellectually. In fact, there are no logical solutions. The point of a koan is to push us beyond the realm of logic and into a place of direct experience. When we grapple with a koan, our minds are forced to become still. We enter a state of not knowing, where our usual assumptions and beliefs are suspended. And it is in this state of not knowing that true insight can arise. The influence of Zen extends far beyond the meditation hall. It permeates many aspects of Japanese culture, from art and aesthetics to martial arts and everyday life. The Japanese tea ceremony, for example, is deeply rooted in Zen principles. Every movement, every gesture is imbued with mindfulness and presence. The preparation and serving of tea becomes a meditative practice, a way of cultivating awareness and appreciation for the present moment. Similarly, Japanese gardens often reflect Zen aesthetics. The carefully raked gravel, the strategically placed rocks, and the minimalist design all evoke a sense of tranquility and peace. These gardens are not just meant to be admired, they are meant to be experienced, to be walked through mindfully, allowing their serene beauty to wash over us. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, Zen offers a much-needed antidote to stress, anxiety, and the feeling of being constantly overwhelmed. Zen teaches us to slow down, to breathe, to be present with what is. It helps us to develop a sense of inner peace and equanimity that is not dependent on external circumstances. Through mindfulness practices like Zazen and mindful breathing, we can learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing us to respond to challenging situations with more clarity and compassion. Zen also emphasizes the importance of right action. encouraging us to live in a way that is aligned with our values and contributes to the well-being of all beings. Zen is not just a relic of the past. It's a living tradition, a timeless wisdom that is as relevant today as it was centuries ago. In a world that often feels fragmented and chaotic, Zen offers a path to wholeness, to inner peace, and to a deeper connection with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. Whether we practice Zazen, contemplate koans, or simply try to bring more mindfulness to our everyday lives, Zen invites us to awaken to the present moment, to experience the fullness of life, and to live with greater awareness, compassion, and joy. The path of Zen is open to all who seek it. It's a journey of self-discovery, a journey of awakening to the truth of who we really are. And it's a journey that can lead us to a place of profound peace, wisdom, and liberation.